How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is David Fritz, and in this video you're going to learn exactly how I'm building my producer template. First of all, we have to ask ourselves, why are we even using a template? The reason for that is very simple. We just want to save ourselves heaps of time by not having to load up every single plugin each single time we create a new project. We have to load up the high pass, low pass filters, the limiters, the compressors, and all those kind of plugins, the reverb with the right settings, the auxiliary channels. And if you create a template for yourself, you're going to save yourself heaps of time where you could produce amazing music. I'm going to share with you my personal template, what I built over the last years, and you're also going to be able to purchase this specific template on tunebed.com. I'm going to put the link for that in the description box. But now let's have first a look into my template, and you can also build one for yourself personally. As you can see, this template has already this playlist where you can see on the left hand side there's already all the vocals, all the instruments you will need probably for house music assigned. Then I have vocal automations here. I have a reference track where I can actually load up a reference track. I have kick, bass 1, 2, bass automation, drums 1 to 5, drum fills, automations, and so on. Then I have as well here straight away already a drum bass volume automation in it. So you can see already if I increase this, then the volume of the drum bass is going to increase. This is especially great if you have like a breakdown of the track, or if you have a build up, you're going to increase the volume of the drums and stuff like that. Then we have 3 riser and downfall channels. We have ear candy 1 to 3, instruments with 2 automations each, and then we have 5 master automations. So those automations here you can see are on the master bus. So let's say we have here the kicks, then we just put quickly a hi-hat pattern and a clap pattern. Easy. So let's say you have a build-up from a track and it comes closer to the drop. Everything you do is just on the master bus, you just do this little thing in, and then when the drop hits at bar 21, the reverb is going to 0% wet. By the way, if you haven't liked this video, make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel to not miss out any of my future tech house production tutorials. It goes more into stereo when the drop hits, or whatever you want to create. Then this is again a high pass, low pass filter on the master channel. Same process, especially for house music, big tip. And here's the low pass filter, and this is the master bus volume, so you can increase the volume a little bit as well when the drop happens. So this is how the playlist looks like. As you can see already, as I said already, I have here a hi-hat pattern already with ready to go samples. I have even a snare roll installed. Snare roll already installed. A baseline pattern you can straight away just record it if you want. Instrument 1 to 3, riser, downfall, and the sidechain. Now let's get into the mixer channel. This is a bit more complicated. This is how I build it up. I have in total 50 channels, okay, because we want to have as much control as possible over each single layer of the sound what we want. Let's start first with the 3 bass channels. I have here the sub bass, the bass layer 1, and the bass layer 2. The sub bass is already in mono. Then I have a few plugins like this, like the R bass, which is like a saturation tool, OTT, which is a free plugin as well. It's a multi-band compressor. Kotelnikov is a free compressor as well. Maximus is a free loop compressor as well, I believe. An LFO tool and a parametric EQ. I'm just using parametric EQs for my productions. I have never used any expensive EQ plugins, and if you listen to my tracks on Spotify right now, you're gonna know exactly that you don't really need any expensive plugins like expensive EQ plugins. Definitely make sure also to check out my music on Spotify and on Beatport. If you're a DJ, you can also buy my tracks on Beatport. I would be really happy about that. See if there's something you like to play with other people. Yeah, but then all of those 3 bass layers go to the bass bus. On the bass bus we have again decapitator, a fruity limiter, a bit more control over everything. And then let's go straight to the drums. By the way, if you haven't purchased this template, you can definitely go in the link in the description and purchase this specific template for just under $10. And you're also going to support me as a music producer and a content creator. And you're going to save yourself heaps of time, because if you do not purchase this template, I don't even know why you wouldn't purchase it, because you're going to save yourself heaps of time anyway. This is my work for the last years of music productions. I've adjusted this template over the last years. It's ready to go. It has so many auxiliary channels, so many plugins ready to go. High pass, low pass filters are already in the setting that you can just do straight away this. It's gonna save you heaps of time, so definitely go now on the link in the description and buy this template. Let's get straight to the drums. So we have here a kick 1 and a kick 2. Kick is already in mono again, as you see, and this kick goes to the to the bass bus. It doesn't go to the drum bus, it goes straight to the bass bus, because the kick and the bass relationship needs to be together, especially in tech house. Then we have a kick 2, which goes as well to the bass bus, but it could also go to the drum bus. Depends if you want to change that, but usually if we want to layer kicks and we want to put a top end and a low end, we have a second kick channel. Then we have an open hi-hat channel, which is going as to the drum bus with like saturation knob, a relay, which is a stereo plugin, a fruity limiter, and again parametric EQ, because we want to EQ already in the setting of EQing everything below 130 Hertz, because we do not need this for tech house especially. Claps, snare, and so on. The reason why I didn't connect the drum fills to the drum bus is because in the drum fills, usually in tech house, we have a snare. Snares have usually quite a lot of low-end information, and I personally think that if you take the low-end information away, if there's a low-pass, high-pass filter on the drum bus, the snare fill or the snare itself misses a lot of important frequencies, especially when the build-up happens. So I just connected it straight to the master bus, which is on channel 50 here. Then we have again here a drum delay, a drum reverb, instrument 1, 2 with auxiliary channels each. The reason why we're using auxiliary channels is because we want to make sure that we have as much control on the sound as possible, because let's say if you want to add a reverb or delay to this instrument or like a synthesizer, you want to be able to completely control the specific thing. By the way, we have also a drum reverb channel. So let's say we want to now connect the opener hi-hats and we want to add a bit of reverb. Everything we do, we don't have to load up a plugin, we just do this. Isn't that super easy? Why would you not buy this template? Honestly speaking, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, let's get straight to the instruments as well. So as you see here, we have the same principle here. We have again an auxiliary channel with already an effect, which is super massive or 2D delay, which go all to the instrument bus. And then on the instrument bus, we have a few things which are really important. So we have the fruity limiter 3 times installed here. The reason for that is because one of them is connected to the kick. The other one is connected to the vocal bus. And the other one, the last one, is connected to nothing. That's just a general fruity limiter. The reason for that is very simple. Now, let's say like this. The kick is playing, okay? And we have the instruments, the synthesizer, whatever. But because we're in tech house, the kick is probably one of the most important elements in this scene or in this genre. So every single time the kick is playing, the instrument bus, the volume of the instrument bus is going to duck down. That's exactly why I connected it. And this fruity limiter is the reason for that. But also usually the high vocals or like the vocal bus is more important than instruments. That's exactly as well why we connected the vocal bus to the instrument bus. Just for you guys who don't know what a bus is basically a combination of all the channels. Let's say we have channel vocal 1, 2, 3, 4, and they all go to the bus, because in the bus we can process it individually again, and then we don't have to like load up vocal 1, 2, 3, 4 and connect it to the high instruments to each single one, because that's just so much more struggle, and a vocal bus just saves you heaps of time. And on the vocals we have the ready to go, my personal ready to go mixing chains. Usually I always use saturation, I use de-esser, I use a compressor at the end, and a high pass low pass filter to make it really nice. And yeah, then we have again a vocal bus, and on the master channel I just have, yeah, as you can see here, this is the reverb, which is in the master automation in the playlist here. Again here, this is what I'm talking about. This is what was, okay? Then we have a patcher, which is already a mid-side EQ, because we want to make sure that the low-end information is definitely not in the side. So we have this mid-side EQ, which cuts away the low end from the side, from the stereo information. So if you want to get now this specific template, go on the link in the description and purchase this template right now, because you're going to save yourself heaps of time. You're going to save your time all the hassle of like loading up every single plugin every single time, auxiliary channels and all this kind of stuff. Just for you to know, if you're a Windows user, this template is not going to work that well. You're going to have an error message in your DAW. It's still going to show up everything. You're still going to have all the auxiliary channels. You're going to have to load up your own plugins, but definitely you can purchase this, you can still use it, and you can still adjust it with your plugins, what you want to use. If you're an Apple user, this will probably work, and it will always work, but specific plugins will not be there. You need to have the original, like for example Serum, or let's say there's purchased ones like Ozone 9, for example. You need to purchase them, you need to have them, the original on the computer, but you also need to be a Mac user to be able to use this. Also make sure to check out my other videos here, and also like this video and subscribe to my channel to not miss out any tech house production or house music production tutorials, and I'll see you guys in the next video.